Heyo, good people. This is Niraj Gautam, your host, and I'm back, people. Back on your feed, back in your ears with another episode of your favorite obsession recently. Don't even fucking deny it. It's your favorite show, My Good Place. Alright, first thing first, there might be some adult language if you're a first time listener. So if you're not cool with it, I'm sorry. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I just say fuck a lot and I just say shit here and there. So I think that's about it. You know, I mean, we're all adults here, I think, I hope. Anyway, quickly, I just want to thank you, each and every one of you who gave me 5-star reviews. It means a lot. Apparently, somebody told me if you leave 5-star reviews, it helps with other people find the podcast. So if you haven't done it already, please go ahead and do it. Helps me out a lot. And also, if you want to find me on Instagram, Twitter, my handle is @mygoodplacepod. So find me there. And if any one of you knows how to handle Twitter, to be honest, I mean, that shit's weird. I'm still trying to learn that shit. And if you have a good instruction, send me an email at mygoodplace.pod@gmail. Speaking of email, so this week somebody emails me, right, on my podcast email, and they're like, hey, you want to collab or be a partner? I'm like, what do you mean partner? It's like half an hour podcast and I already have guests. And they're like, oh no, we mean you pay us to promote your shit. Like, not my podcast even. They want to promote my Instagram and they want me to pay them to promote my handle. I'm like, nah, I'll pass. If my shit is good, people will just follow. So hey, if you haven't followed, if you like my shit, give that a follow. We gotta prove some people wrong big time. Alright, with all that said, again, I really want to thank you for the 5-star reviews. And if you don't listen to me on Apple Podcasts, that's cool. I mean, I think I'm on Spotify, Google Podcast, and several other platforms. So you should be able to find me almost everywhere you listen to podcasts. Just give it a subscribe or give it a follow so that you know whenever I drop a new episode, you get it right away. Now let's move on to my guest of today. I know him for 3 years now, and he is such a fucking amazing person, and he's a fucking supermodel. His name is Gerardo Sanchez, or Gerardo Sanchez. I really hope I said it right the second time. And in this interview, he opens up this new world of afterlife, and this is why I started this podcast in the first place, because I wanted to get this unique perspective of afterlife, and he really does that in this conversation. I can't wait for you all to hear this. So without further ado, I forgot how to speak for a bit. Without further ado, here is my good friend Gerardo Sanchez. So I just want to take a quick break and talk about how Anchor.fm has helped me out in this whole journey of creating podcast. They have helped me with distribution, and they have also helped me with recording, editing, and all that good shit, you know? So, and amazing thing is it's all free. So I really appreciate Anchor for doing all this shit. It has everything that you need to make a podcast in just one fucking place. So just download the free Anchor app or just go to Anchor.fm to get started. They got, like I said, they got all the fucking tool you want. So just reach out. They'll distribute your shit on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the good stuff. So check it out. Download Anchor.fm, alright? Take care. Hey Gerardo, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So how is Corona situation or how's quarantining going?
I think it's been good for me. I'm still doing some work. It's been limited, but I'm just staying there. I'm hanging in there.
So uh, we obviously are in this Corona time longer than we expected. Have you been doing anything productive?
Yes, I kept busy doing voiceover workshop, which I did for about 6 weeks. I'm done with
Yeah,
that,
that's
and
right.
that's
I remember you telling me that. And what's going on with your modeling career, I suppose?
well, it's been paused. A lot of the events were canceled, so then I just had to kind of keep creative and keep busy with something else, and that's when I kind of wanted to get into voiceovers. And so,
You like doing voiceover?
yeah, I want to try it. I really haven't done it, but it's been something that has always been in my head to
Hmm.
try out. And then finally, I think Corona pushed me into doing it.
So this is really random, and this is something I hadn't told you. But if you want to give my listeners a sample of one of the voiceover, that'll be really great. Maybe this is your audition. Somebody great or somebody is listening to this.
Yeah,
In a count of three, I'm gonna go for it.
yeah. I'll send
Ready?
you like a sample of something, but I don't know. Wait,
No,
what do
right
you want me
now.
to do?
Right now, do like a sample. You
Oh, okay, I'll do a commercial.
okay? Three, two, one, go.
Everybody likes to feel safe, and we want our money to be safe too. With PayPal, your financial information is never shared. That's why. Let's cut it off. I forgot it.
No, no, that's awesome, dude. And we are not paid by PayPal, but if PayPal wanna sponsor us, hey, reach me out. You know where to reach me. And let's talk about where people can reach you.
Okay. Well, my Instagram handle is hera.ahahha. So that's hera.ahaha.
And I just wanna spell it out for my listeners. It is GERA.AHAHA. So Hera at ahaha.
Right?
So, Gerardo, I brought you on this podcast. So, we've been talking about this ever since I reached out to you about doing this interview. And so, let me get straight to the point. Do you believe in afterlife?
Well, I want to believe. Um, I don't know at the moment. I feel like we've been lied to about it for a long time. And
What do you
just,
mean lied to?
I think religion has just been used in a certain way to make us believe something that we're not even sure about. And just with the current situations and the present, I feel like there's more to it, like a real truth or something people don't want us to know.
So, you want to believe there is a afterlife, but not necessarily subscribe to what religion has taught us?
Exactly. Like, I want to believe there is a good place for you when you're out of this
Hmm.
world, but I just don't know if it's something that we should think about the way we've been taught. Because I was raised in a very Catholic home. My grandparents were Catholic, my parents were Catholic, and after a time, I just stopped going to church or stuff like that. I've read a lot of things. I've started to kind of just search for my own and see what I could come up with, what I could really believe.
So, I'm trying to get to why or how you develop this new belief that you have that you believe created by yourself.
Well, all religions are different, right? But there are certain religions that kind of connect. For example, in the Catholic, there's a lot talking about Jesus and all that. And I remember one time I read the Quran, and I also spoke with a person that believes in that. So in the Quran, I read that Jesus was just a mention. It would like they mention Jesus, okay, they talk about him, but they just give him a respect.
Hmm.
It's not really like, oh yeah, like like
He's
how
the holy figure
yeah,
and all that.
yeah, which makes sense in certain way. It makes sense because we also believe in Jesus, but we know that he's just the son of the higher power.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just different in other religions.
That's really interesting. So, with all this belief, with all this studying that you've done, what do you think happens after we die? Like the moment right after you drop dead, what do you think happens?
I feel like the soul comes out like in a spirit figure, right? Comes out, and then you kind of get options. I think maybe you can reincarnate into something that you want, or maybe you can just wander around as a spirit and either stay in Earth.
So what I'm hearing from you is you get to choose
Yeah,
what you want to do. So if you want to get reincarnated, so not like those religious teaching, like if you've done good, you get to this good place or heaven, just to label it, you know.
hmm
So is that right?
yeah, I think so. I think you get to choose what you want to do after that. Not necessarily you'll go to a bad place or a good place, heaven or hell. If you want, I guess you could do that. I think that would be another option. Um, just because also with time, I've read that in our beliefs, there's something that they call limbo.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading that that's a place where people that either didn't know anything about Jesus get the option of just staying there. They don't suffer, but they just suffer of not being able to move further than that. You know,
Yeah, so you're just stuck
you just
on
stuck.
the eternity, on
Yeah.
that void space, I
hmm
suppose.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, you're the first one who actually brought on, like, there is a menu on the table, you know. What do you want to choose? Okay, I just want to talk about that for a little bit. And what would you choose?
Right.
Would you want to wander around this world, just hang out like a spirit, or you want to go to a good place, or yeah, what would you do?
Um, if I had like that options, I think I would want to kind of wander for a while because I don't know if you've
So
heard.
basically, you're not stuck with that choice forever. You get
No,
to choose. Like after you're done, you just wanna like, okay, I'm done being a ghost scaring people.
would no, well, wouldn't that be better than just staying in one place?
No, definitely, definitely.
I mean, because um, like again, like me just learning about all these things. You know how there's we believe, or I've been told with family members, or even in movies that you can you can't rest in peace until you got whatever you were supposed to do in Earth done. Like
Yeah,
if you can't rest in peace because you left your son at a very young age and you want to go back and just take care over him and help him through the time that he's living here, you can do that.
yeah. That. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I have never
Yeah.
thought of it that way. That's
Yeah.
extremely radical, at least for me, and that's awesome. So, let's see, you're done hanging out, done with
With
just
helping people, right?
helping people where they can't see you necessarily, and you wanna finally get to that good place. Let's talk about your good place. Uh, what does it look like?
Well, my good place would be um, full of fertility. By that I mean like a lot of nature, uh, like green meadows and just very sunny,
No,
something like that.
yeah, I'm picturing it. Go
Something
on.
just because when I was growing up, we would get told that that's sometimes how heaven would look like. People, like all human beings with all species living together. Just like I don't know. I think that's a Christian belief a lot.
Just in a harmony.
Yeah, just harmony and something like that. But I would like a lot of rainforest type of things, not just like green meadows, but just a very natural, loving place where Mother Earth can really
Breathe.
breathe. Yeah, exactly.
So, this good place that you have established, uh, is this so you kind of touched on it is influenced by this Catholic
hmm
heaven, but does it have to do with your personal interest or anything like that?
Yeah, because again, just the you are influenced to believe by where you are around. I mean, I'm sure you have a different background and you were influenced into that, and so that made you believe different things. Um, but then just me trying to get into a something that I want to believe in. When I saw Avatar, I thought, oh, that is so cool. The where
The Pandora.
yes, where you can connect with certain animals or like anything with just connecting yourself by your hair, whatever that thing is.
Right.
I thought that was like a really amazing concept. Like, because you're connecting with Mother Nature in a
Right,
whole
right.
different level.
Definitely. So I wanna know what what are the three things. I'll only give you three choices. So three things you want to take with you from this physical being or the earth that we know, this alive state that we know, to this afterlife. So it can be anything abstract or anything material, and just to make it more fun, if you choose a person, they're gonna drop dead in this
Okay.
in this real life that we know of. So yeah, what would be those three things?
Okay. Well, I don't think I would take any materials because I think everything would be in my happy place. Um, and I wouldn't take people that are alive. I think I would just take people that are already dead because
Uh-huh.
I don't want to I don't want to get into trouble. I don't know. I think everyone would. What if they're not happy in my happy place?
True.
So
Definitely.
right. So I think I would have people that are already dead. By that maybe I would take Leonardo. Was it Leonardo da Vinci? So Da Vinci.
Okay. Oh.
Um, I would have Moctezuma, which was an Aztec emperor, I think, or he ruled over Tenochtitlan for a while, and I just think that's interesting to really get into my roots also. Um, and I was thinking of Cleopatra for some reason, and then the Malinche, but that's like for people now, is it? No, three.
Just three.
Yeah.
You can't have everybody now.
Yeah, I think I would have Cleopatra there just because I think I would have really good conversations with those people. I admire Da Vinci's work because the way he was just so multi diverse. You know, he could do one thing, he could do the other. He was a drawer, he was a painter, he was an inventor. I find that very, very. I don't know. It's just amazing how people can do all of that.
So in your afterlife, Da Vinci will be inventing, and you'll just be chilling in there
Yeah,
with his
I
invention.
would learn from him.
Yeah.
Also, with Cleopatra, I would talk to her and ask her how the pyramids were made.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us the secrets.
I know.
Yeah.
Most beautiful woman ever born. Yeah. And what about the ruler emperor? What do you want to learn, or what inspires you from him?
Well, I
Why
want
him?
to learn also from there, maybe just know more about the history and really know truth. You know how the Rush to the Gold, or it's a movie. Um, it's a Disney movie, and when it's just when the I don't know who was it? The
Yeah.
Spanish people, people from Spain, right? They colonized, right?
Right.
I just wonder why they would have a vision of people coming over and think that we're gods just because they had this metal armors over. Because
Right.
that's like the story I was told, right? And that they thought that these people were gods.
Yeah.
And it was a vision that came to the I don't know if it was him or but just someone there that told them, hey, I had a vision or I had a dream where one day these people will come and they look like this, and when they finally showed up they were like, oh, it's them, it's from this dream, and they thought it was good,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't that good because they killed so many people. And then that's when religion came into there
Mm-hmm.
because their beliefs were different. They didn't have a religion where they believed in Jesus or Guadalupe or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I also get. That's like where they got influenced to believe in this religion, and that just kept going on for years and years and years. And they used the religion to make them feel fear.
Yeah.
And they taught them that if they didn't follow their religion, they would go to hell and they would die and all of that, right? So yeah.
Yeah, like so you cannot always use violence for oppressing people, and then whole idea of uh, principles or fundamentally shaping a society with these principles of religion. To how I look at religion is like the people in power trying to oppress people with the rule they set.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm getting from you and from this emperor, what he created, you know. So yeah, that's really interesting. And so you talk about your roots. You wanna talk more like what is your root?
Oh well, I'm from Mexico, so I'm Mexican, right? And so the Aztecs and the Maya, all that I find very interesting. I like that. The way that they did things were kind of extreme, right? They did like sacrifices with human sacrifices, right? But I just feel like they had a lot to bring to the world, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or they did, right, back in the days. So I just would really want to know more about that. Um, the Malinche was a woman that was used as an interpreter for the people that didn't speak the dialects that they had in the Aztec times, and just wonder how did she learn, or
Mm-hmm.
how did she communicate with the
Have
people?
you researched a lot on that or
Not
read
a
a lot?
lot, but I mean, there's a lot I learned from school, and they taught us that. Um,
I'm asking that because I'm curious about how they treated death, how they talked death or afterlife.
right. I don't know much about that part, but I believe they would teach their people not to fear it, because a lot of people were volunteers for the sacrifices sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were very brave in certain, in certain way.
For sure, yeah. And with it's while you were giving those examples, I was thinking like if these three are gonna get along to with each other.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it like they have to?
They don't have to, but they certain don't have to be together all the time.
Yeah, how big is your good
It would
place?
be big enough for everyone. I just think it would be big enough so that everyone could just be at peace. And I think just knowing that you're already dead or you're in another place, you don't really have to feel
You know,
bad or like want to hurt someone else.
and you just brought up this interesting thing. So, in your good place, in your afterlife, you and the people you brought with,
Hmm.
they would know they're dead.
I Yeah, that's something I didn't think about, but I think they would. Why wouldn't they know they're dead?
It's
It's an interesting
yeah, like
thought.
no, it's just a thought. You said yeah they would know they're dead. I'm like how would you know? Because I think you would be in the same state of being because you don't want to be like a bird after you're dead. You're still Gerardo.
Hmm.
And Da Vinci is still Da Vinci.
Right.
So when you or him looks at the mirror, you see the same form.
But they wouldn't see the same things they saw before. Like
True. That
Florencia, that's where Da Vinci was, right? They wouldn't
yeah.
see that. They would see a whole different place, so they would know
Like,
that they're certainly not where they were at before.
mm-hmm.
And I would want to know that I'm dead.
Okay.
I think when brings serenity to you,
Okay.
because you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to worry about anything else. You know you're done. You know you're dead. You know you're just there to chill. You're there to enjoy your other life in a certain
Your
different way.
retirement.
Yes. You're there just to be free.
So you, yeah, it's just something that you brought on, and I just thought it'd be really interesting, like to know if you're dead or not, because I think there should be some kind of different something to differentiate that you're dead and you're not. Maybe you don't have legs and you're just floating on,
Right.
so that you so that you're dead. But yeah, that's really interesting. So, any final thoughts you have, like you wanna touch on, or if you want the listeners to know?
Well, with I think just touching a little bit more on the present and why I do want to believe in this is because when Anonymous came out and did their
Uh-huh.
set, right?
Hmm.
I I'm waiting on them to get back to us with the
What they found.
what they found on the with the Catholic religion, with the what's it called, the Vatican.
Oh, I
The
didn't know
Vatican.
they were after
I
the
mean, I don't
Vatican
know
too.
if they're after them, but they said that they were gonna also bring up their secrets.
Oh yeah.
And what are those secrets?
Hmm.
What if that changes everything we believe? What if that changes the whole religion of Catholic and Christianity?
Hmm.
You never know. I believe that the Bible was created for a reason. They're scripts from different people,
Hmm.
and I guess it was just modified into the modern world.
Like there's a really interesting saying I heard. I don't know who said it. History, it's spelled his story. So HISTORY, his story. So history is, back then, no, they didn't necessarily used to write it down for whatever reason, and then it was just used to be told. So this generation would tell it to that generation and then pass it on and pass it on.
So it's a telephone type of thing.
Yeah,
And you
telephone.
never know when it broke down.
Exactly, and so I'm getting similar vibe when you talk about Bible stories.
Yeah.
Like it just passed on like a telephone, and people would make slightest of modification at their convenience.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it'll be crazy if
Imagine just what they have they've hidden for many years.
yeah, but
That would change a lot. At least for me, because I grew up again with this, and I remember my parents buying me the little Bible for kids where it has all the Bible stories of Noah and the ark and the giants. And what if all of that is just to make the world in a certain way, but it's not true, or it's just not the way they told it?
will it be pretty sad?
It'd be sad. But I just think that would be a huge, huge minds changing thing for a lot of people. It would change my mind. It would change my belief. It would change the way I think, and even respect religion. I respect everything, right? But I just wouldn't feel like it's the same.
Yeah, I think you feel betrayed.
I would, yeah. I
Yeah.
would feel betrayed. I would feel like, just like the society, it kind of does its things, its ways to keep people.
Yeah, society is really molded by the principles of
Yeah.
religion. Most any society really, like it's the fundamental principles. Like it was the primary law. How I see things. Like I was born in Nepal, and Nepal's primary religion is Hinduism, and a lot of the law is so like based on that society back home, like you cannot kill a cow, you'll go to jail. And I come to America, people are eating fucking cow. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think it is just to mold mold the society itself, and it just give people sense of morality. But yeah, it'll be interesting if Anonymous comes out with whatever they find.
Whatever
Like
they find.
we don't know what, but it'll be interesting. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, I really appreciate you inviting me. It's really cool seeing you again. It's been a while, but
It
yeah.
has been. Thank you so much, dude. I cannot thank you enough for being on my show and opening this new idea, new portal for me and hopefully my listeners too. So if you wanna say anything or do another commercial read.
No, I just got nervous with that. I actually know that commercial, but like I've memorized it. But thanks for listening.
All right, thank you, Gerardo, and we will see you all next week.
All right.
All right, just the idea of getting the choice of what you wanna become after you're dead, like if you wanna be a spirit or if you wanna just wander around or go to heaven or hell, whatever there is, just to have like a menu, which I asked him in the interview itself. That just blew my mind. Like that perspective, I had never thought of it that way. Like, yeah, what if you really get a choice? What do you want to do? Like some people can you believe some people choose to become a ghost and scare shit out of people? So yeah, that gave me a really interesting outlook on afterlife. It was amazing interview. And now I know what to get at Ardo, like some kind of Cleopatra themed gift for his birthday and shit. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the interview because I really had fun, and like I said, this conversation is why I started the podcast, just to give you all the different perspective of afterlife. And he's from Mexico, so he was brought up Catholic or Catholic taught in Mexico. So yeah, he just gave me this new idea. So let me know what you think. Send me an email, leave a 5-star review if you want 5-star. I mean, but that helps me out though. Tell me, give me feedbacks, give me a suggestion. Follow me, subscribe me, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, I'm there. So, and if you have any suggestion how I can make the show better, how I can make your listening experience better, just send me an email at mygoodplace.pod@gmail.com. I listen to your feedbacks and comment, and I will make progress. And I think I have made progress because I've gotten feedback from day 1 to we're on episode 5 now. So more to come. Until next week, namaste. Bye bye.